Hi guys, me again. Just doing an update for the month, or for my month of near inactivity. And the main cause of that you're looking at, it's a new basement window. You can see the amount of space that was lost. And I'll stand up with the shrinking of the windows. Ground level outside is actually right level with this. And in order to help waterproof the basement a bit more, new windows went in, and asphalt and concrete and everything else is going to come up a little higher. Simply because having the window opening right at the same level as the asphalt outside was not a good idea. Anyway, that required moving my workstation, my hobby desk, whatever you want to call it, for a couple of weeks. So things have kind of petered off. In the meantime, seeing as everything was out of the way, I moved out an old cabinet that was there in the corner, and I've added some other cabinets to hold some stuff. So I'm going to have to build myself a paint rack, because right now all my paint's in one of the drawers. But to me is actually too deep in there. I have multiple duplicates. Well, I'm going to put a paint rack up in the corner at some point in the next couple of weeks. And what I was working on before that was my Arnhem diorama, and I rushed through the last part of this. I'm just burnt out on it. The mini art kit, the French Street I think it is pretty good. It's typical model art, or sorry, mini art. The only problem is there's so much of it. Most mini arts, you get one building, not two. And if anything, you might have one floor, not two. In this case, not all of them come with a ceiling / attic. I managed to damage this one and this, so I replaced them with actual wood. And of course, while I was rushing ahead with this, I missed scribing out both sides of this. Along, let me find something good to point with. Along here. That was all supposed to be scribed. Same with this one. But it was only the one edge on this top piece that I missed. But I don't really consider it that noticeable, and I've held off on putting off any sort of signage on here. Like I said, it's 90% complete, and I've got to put it aside. This thing's taken up too much time. I don't like stopping a project midstream, and I was forced to, so it's a little hard to get back up to speed. Some of the figures are old ESCI, I think it is. One or two are from a company called We Friends, and then there's a couple of Verlinden ones in there. Anyway, it's all British paras. One formerly German. It's a little bit dark, not the color, but sort of the subject, and 2 casualties and 2 wounded. A little dark for me, but that's the way Arnhem quickly turned out. I've gotten pretty good with my figures. I've still got to learn how to do facial highlights. I will get to that at some point. But I'm getting used to dealing with smaller brushes and getting the rest of the detail on there. Hopefully that's not too bright. And hopefully it looks chaotic. And we'll see if we can find him in the frame. There we go. Not really well. It's not lighting up. And there's one guy poking through that hole in the wall from the second floor, like he was bumping it. The Piat. looking to wreck someone's date. One down there. And of course somebody trying his luck with the infamous radios that didn't have good batteries. So like I said, this thing's going aside for a long time. I'm happy with the figures. Some of them, like this ESCI guy. Let's see if I can zoom in a bit. Looks like it's kind of washing out. The light. There's not too much you can do with them. They're not up to the quality of anything modern. The mini art, the dragon, and certainly all of the resin figures completely outweigh that stuff. But I think they were molded probably early mid-80s. I know the company's gone and it's kind of hard to find the figures anymore. They're fairly rare. We do have a little bit of blood in the street on those two, and unfortunately from normal viewing you can't see it. Zoom. Let's back it out. This bandage is bloodied up. I just want to zoom on it. Anyway, so what I'm back to, oops, I left the light right out of its stand. I'll put that aside for now. What I'm back to doing is what I was doing before this. I stopped midstream for. Yep, me and Dragon half tracks. 251.6. So I gave that a quick start before I got into the diorama. And I think I probably have too much light. That's a little bit better. This is what I have done so far. And I'm going to put it down there. So the top's not glued on. Won't be until I get closer to painting. Keep shifting in my hand. With a little bit of pressure, it's all fitting. So when it does come time to glue this all down, it should be manageable. Unlike that other 251, my infamous video from before. So all this is glued in. I want to get it up to about this point, so I'll then go back and work on the wheels and tracks. I don't want the overhead antennas and everything else in the way when I've got to shift it around and play with tracks, etc. And of course, being a half track from Dragon, nothing's going to go perfectly for me. Let me dig this in. Even now it's fighting me. In shipping or during the boxing, one screw got twisted, and of course, yep, even now it's fighting me. It's the long overhead antenna, which, let's try it like this. You can see is not quite straight. So I think I'm probably going to try heating that in some hot water and then maybe rolling it out a little bit, the individual bends. That one section right there between 8 and 9 is probably the worst. You can see it a little bit better if I roll it. So what I'm thinking of doing is heating it in some warm water for a while. And then that's too wide between the brackets. Maybe just rolling it out on something like this. That's better, you can see what I'm doing. Try and get it a little bit straighter. Because it's maybe not showing on camera, but in person it's obviously bent. Anyway, that's where I am just now. Back to modeling after a 2-week break for the construction down here. And hopefully I'll get back up to speed soon. Anyway, take care. Have a good time.